Today's video doing a CRF450.
So on this 2014 CRF450, doing the valve adjustment. Got it on top dead center. Took this plug out here. Some oil came out just because it was over full. The oil check bolt for the clutch and transmission is right here. So it's actually, you could use either that one or this one, but I think this one's actually a little lower. It is. So it's still over full. This is the actual check bolt right here. It's got a copper washer on it, if you're not sure. So, got this dot lined up here on this side with the arrow. Also, the piston is at top dead center. Got a zip tie in here, and I'm just watching to where it's going up, and then it starts to go back down. I want to get right there where it's not moving. So, and then when you're rotating the engine, you're going clockwise. So you're going away from the cam chain tensioner. The tensioner is on this side. You always want to go away from it. So you wouldn't want to be turning it this way towards it. You want to go away from the tensioner. It's the direction of the motor. And then the tank, I forget when they started doing this, but they got a little hanger here. I hang it on the left side because then you don't have to take off the hose. It kinks if you hang it on the right side. So yeah. Also, we have our marks on our cam sprocket. There and there, horizontal with the head. That tank wouldn't stop leaking out the vent because it's got a full tank, so I'm just going to drain that. While I'm waiting, I'm just going to go and check everything else out on the bike. Spokes. And here there's a valve. Might as well check the tire pressure before I put a valve cap on there for them. Brake pads are good. Rotor, fork seals, lever, fluid. That lever's a little bent, but the free plays are good. Oh yeah. See, loose back spokes. Oh, a lot of them. Wow, like all of them. Yeah, so I tighten all those. Chain's a little loose. Tighten that. Brake pads are good. Rotor's good. I'll check for bearings and bushings. I'll get the tire off the ground. Oh, that is too much. Still too much. Alright, how much does he have in here? He must have had 30 pounds in, over 30 pounds. Oh, it's not tubeless. Alright. There's still 30 pounds in there. That's crazy. I wonder if this is a tubeless. How can I tell? How can I tell? I'll have to get back to that question.
Yeah, so the tubeless, they have a little bicycle tube in here, and they're up to like 100 psi. I got a customer that has a tubeless. I'll ask him when he comes by. He's coming by later to pick up his CRF100. I'll ask him. Alright, found a couple things so far. Well, it's still draining. I got a small siphon, but I'm gonna add some coolant. Actually, I see it. I see it in there, so I'm gonna test it. These, let's see what are these called? Just coolant test strips. Get in there. Is it wet? Yeah. Okay. Let that dry for a minute. What does it say? So, not even gonna add it, so because it needs to be changed. Oh yeah. So it's down here on the pH, and I'm not sure where on the glycol scale. Oh, it's way down on the bottom on the glycol, and then it's 0 on the needs recharge maintenance dose, so definitely replace the coolant. And engine oil, trans and clutch looked good, nice and clean. Usually there's a window for the engine. I guess that they changed that. It's a dipstick. I don't know why they make the dipsticks black. Pretty thick feeler gauge, so it's easy to like just shove it in there and get it in. But with the feeler gauge, you're trying to get a feel. So I mean, I could fit a 35 in there by shoving it in, but it's so tight that that's not at all the proper clearance. I don't know why I was shoving the 35 in. I guess I was just trying to see what the biggest one I could get in, but it was way tight. 0.30 is still a little tight. You can see, like, I'll pull on it with just 2 fingers, and it's kind of hard still. So that, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna say that's fine. The spec's 0.28, so that's good. Same here. That's a pretty good drag on that 0.30. Well, this intake was 0.12, so it's just out of spec still. So I'm gonna have to adjust just for that one. I'm gonna have to take the camera off just to adjust that one. So it's already at top dead center because I'm doing the valve adjustments. So I'm gonna break this tensioner adjustment right here loose, and then I'm gonna get a flathead in there, and then turn it. I forget, counterclockwise, I think. And that's gonna release the tensioner, bring it back in here. You gotta hold on to that though, because it's spring loaded. As soon as you let go, it'll just go right back out. So with the screwdriver, I'm gonna hold that, reel that, turn that in, and then I'm gonna bust bust these loose. I want to bust them loose beforehand, so I'm not trying to hold the screwdriver and bust these tight bolts loose. So I'm going to bust them loose first and then have them easy to get off once I got the screwdriver in there. So then after you get it out, you can turn it clockwise is the right direction to get it back in. And you turn it clockwise with the screwdriver, and then you hold it here so it doesn't retract back out. And then you stick this little tool in there. It looks like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and measure the outside diameter. 1.49. So that I know which one of these to get. There's a lot of different outside diameters. And then it's this range right here. 205's in there right now, so this will do me right. So I wasn't far out, so I'm only going to go one increment. Put a 2.0 in there. When I'm in here too, I'm looking at the cam journals, bearing journals, and the lobes, checking for any scorching. Any signs of lack of lubrication. It could be a sign of just dirty oil, or it can mean your oil pump is going out. So just a little bit right here. It's not like a scorching. It's kind of a weird mark. Bearing sits there. So the bearing's not moving, the cam is moving. Alright, so that's fine then. Yeah. And then careful when you're taking the cam tower out. It's got little grooves that it sits in. That sits in the bearing there. So when you go to put it back on, I put them in the bearing. Locating for the tower. Alright, that's about as much as I can tell you. And I need to get this wrapped up. I'm tired of doing the video thing. I gotta keep on grabbing my phone. Sorry. But that spark plug hole is 14, just in case you're wondering. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up and show another ending video or another ending clip when it's all put to bed, get back together and running. Alright. Actually really hard with the not being able to see the bearings, and so I had that locator. I put it back in the towers and I just held both the locators with the towers and then put this down while I could feel the bearing at the same time and kind of push them to align into together. Pain in the that is just I really despise bad engineering things, and right now I'm not liking that. Yeah, so with the bigger torque wrench, 10 foot-pounds, it's really hard to feel that click. So I would use a smaller one if you have one, so you could really feel the click. So that valve adjustment wasn't too far out. I didn't think it was going to fix our issue of it's hard starting and not idling. So I'm gonna have to go after the fuel pump pressure and then the TPS sensor. I checked for an intake leak. The valves are good, but the adjustment's good, the clearance is good, but they still could not be seating well in the seat. So I know there's good compression because it runs great. It just won't idle or start very good. So it's got compression,
but the leak down test will tell me if the seats are leaking past the valves. Yeah, I'm just thinking if there's anything else. I'm sure there is, but you'll get an update.